Okay, we're ready.
All right. So we've got Lizzie. We have minutes to approve. If anyone wants to comment on the minutes or make a motion.
Motion to
Make a
approve.
motion.
Oh, I second it then.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any comments on the minutes from April? All in favor of the motion to approve?
Yep.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Aye. Any opposed? Great. All right. We have minutes and we have compost. Should we go in order?
Sure.
Yes,
Okay.
so Sarah Jo had prepared some infographics for composting, and I asked her to make some corrections, like one of the infographics said to get if you ordered a second bin, it was the same size as your first bin, and it's not, it's slightly larger. So she asked me to resend her those edits, and I will do that tomorrow. And then we'll be back on track for posting weekly compost reminders with those infographics.
Okay. Any data or anecdotal information about whether people are taking advantage of the seasonal or 3 seasons compost service?
Tara, do you know how many we sold so far, extra ones?
Oh, I've probably sold 5 or so in the past, since spring, since April. But I
Okay.
always try to encourage people I give them the flyer that Sakura provides, which educates us about putting all of the food scraps in with the yard waste. And sometimes people will say, oh, I didn't know I could do that. And I always tell them it all goes to the same place and it makes the compost that we get. So sometimes people say, oh, well, I put a yard waste can out every week, so I won't buy that food scrap bucket. But they're putting it teaches them to put their food scraps in with their yard waste, which is good. I mean, that's the goal, right? Is to educate them to put all of those things in with the yard waste that gets picked up.
Yep.
So that's picking up, which is good.
Good. Well, that's good. That's good to hear. So we'll have new collateral for digital materials. Anything else related to composting? Okay. How about cardboard? I saw some non-compliant cardboard out this week. I'm probably not the only one to notice that kind of thing. But what do we know from our contractor that we can try to synthesize?
I did ask Tringali when I saw the route manager on Tuesday if things have gotten better about people putting the extra cardboard in, not on the curb and in the cart. And he said it does seem to be getting better. And we've probably sold about 75 or so large recycling carts, and we're selling a few more every week. So those are the people that realize that if they have extra things and they want them recycled, they need to purchase the cart. So that's good. Kind of slowing down, but I don't think there is as much garbagey cardboard at the curb with trash in it, which is a good thing. That was the goal. So that's that's going
Can
well,
I ask,
according to Tringali and
somebody
according to me getting fewer calls about mist.
Sorry, somebody needs to mute their phone. There's too
Might be
much.
me.
There's too much. Oh, okay.
I'll try. Maybe
Sorry.
that'll do it. I'll just
a no-hitter.
Well, yeah, it's very exciting. Well, look, they're the reigning champions from 2 years ago because there hasn't been a season, so it's a pretty big deal. Or wasn't last
Right.
year. Before I mute myself, I'll just observe that one of the issues that we've mentioned before that seems like we could educate on is like just because you get some consumer electronics in a cardboard box doesn't mean that all of the contents of that box belong in your recycling. Chances are some of it is recyclable and much of it, styrofoam and plastic film and stuff, is not. So I know that's one of the things people, they just put it out there all back together again, except without the TV in it. So I don't know if there's a way we can disabuse people of that.
All right, did we lose Ben?
No, I just muted myself. Sorry, that was a complete thought. I know sometimes my sentences just go on like poetry or song lyrics or some era or another. Nope, I'm here and I will just. But maybe someone else can take over, taking us through the agenda items, and I'll just unmute if I have anything brilliant to share.
Well, I can do the next one. It's just the solar ordinance discussion. It's going to be this Monday at the Planning Commission. They're going to have a public hearing and take comments on the ordinance that the committee proposed. I am going to send out a link, a meeting invite to everybody on the Environmental Sustainability Committee, and also to Mark Haggerty, who you remember was from the solar company that was so helpful last time. So hope to see everybody Monday night at 7 o'clock for the solar ordinance public hearing and discussion.
Amy, what was the name of the family that had their proposal declined, that wanted to do panels?
And it was the.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Studios, and they moved to Ann Arbor.
Oh, they did. I guess we weren't crunchy enough for them, I suppose. Or whatever.
It's complicated.
I'm sure it's fine. I was gonna say we could, if they were still here, I would want to invite them to the meeting, but I guess that is moot. So we will. But I would say the more of us that can be there and make sure it's. I've got it on my calendar. Do you know, Amy? Is there like a bunch of actual other planning commission business before this, or is it, what's their agenda look like for time wise?
Let me look. I will look right now. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 site plans, and then the public hearing for solar ordinance. So that
So
start
in that
right at
order,
7.
so we'll probably won't be when's the meeting's at 7?
Yeah.
So maybe we'll.
I know a lot of members from the community who are interested in this. So I wonder if there are 25 people there at 7. In the past,
Oh, they'll move it.
they've been kind enough to rearrange the agenda.
That would be a very gracious thing to do for, since they put such an emphasis on community engagement, and it is, leaving something like that to the bitter end is tough. Amy, is that a request for the chair or for Hank, or who's the liaison for that?
I think, my take is that if it's just us, tree huggers or panel huggers, then they probably won't change the agenda. But, if there are enough of the public there virtually, and,
right.
I know they've done that for some of the, like when there have been public interest with the zoo that they've rearranged the agenda, but.
Okay, I can, yeah, it's worth, I mean, we can see.
I guess what I'm
But,
trying to say is we should encourage our friends and neighbors to attend.
agreed.
Yeah.
And I will see, maybe Michael, I can just put a little plant a seed that, or a little ray of sunshine, I guess would be appropriate, that perhaps if there's many Zoom attendees, that they could discuss solar at the beginning of the meeting. Okay, that sounds good. It's good for me.
Why don't we put together a Google Doc to put out an announcement on various social media to say, hey, this is happening at the next Huntington Woods committee meeting. I'm sorry, planning committee meeting. And we need a lot of people to go. Something like that.
Well, so just so I understand, is this the review of the verbiage that is required before the city commission can consider it, or is that another next step in the process?
This is to get feedback from the residents on the ordinance that was proposed. Then the planning commission will take up the matter and either ask to recommend to the city commission or make changes to it, or not recommend it to the city commission. And then eventually it goes to the city commission if the planning commission recommends it.
So
Can I just make sure I've understood? I'm sorry, Aaron. You're saying that the zoning board of appeals makes a recommendation to the planning board, and then the planning board makes the recommendation to the city commission.
No, the ZBA is not involved. It's just the
No.
planning commission and the city.
The planning commission.
Okay, so we're meeting with the planning commission, not the zoning board of appeals.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wrote down something wrong. That's why I was asking for a correction. Thank you.
Okay. Mhm.
I'm going to mute myself again here. I am listening.
So Amy, they'll do the public hearing, then they'll hopefully have a vote in June. Is that right? And then it will possibly go to the commission in July.
Possibly, yeah.
Thereabout. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. Now they may make changes based on the public feedback. So if it's a substantial change, then it would need to go for another public hearing if the changes were substantive.
Substantive.
We're big enough.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And the ordinance that's coming up on Monday is going to be the same one that we saw last time around, right? There haven't been any changes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No changes.
Right. Gotcha.
So has the planning commission been presented with the results of the survey by now?
Yes. I sent them to Hank the same day I sent the results to you.
And are we using the numbers that you sent us with the 76% in favor, or have those been culled?
I didn't hear you, Aaron.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were the surveys culled? Were they, did you and Hank go through them to find multiple or repeat entries?
I didn't. As far as I know, he got through the first 100.
Okay.
And I think I told you about the one where the person was pretty adamant about, this is a stupid question. So I know he found 4 IP addresses that looked like they were not, from the same house, not, like a husband and a wife, but one person who put down 4 different answers, but I've not heard whether or not he found any others.
Okay. All right. So we should basically go in with the expectation that's about 76 for, 24 against.
Yes.
All right. Which I think speaks well. All right, that's great. And has the city gotten any other
All right,
feedback?
looks like public. Other feedback?
Like other feedback
No.
about the survey? Okay, cool.
No. So public participation is next. I see we've got one member of the public here, the Nantises. Do you have anything to add or comment on for the meeting?
No.
Thank you. All right, and then committee member remarks is next. Anything anybody wants to add that we haven't already discussed?
I just have one question. I know our public, is it Ronnie Nantis that's here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Ronnie, I'm sorry. Would you mind telling me how to spell your last name? I'm so sorry. I think I have it right, but I just want to confirm it.
I believe it's Nantais.
Okay, that's what I thought it was as well. Just wanted to make sure. Thank
There
you.
you go. That's helpful.
Yep.
Can I ask one last question? I guess part of my remarks. Has there been any movement with the bees besides the great presentation?
Not yet.
Okay.
The master plan visioning session is taking precedent over that
Okay.
study right now.
Okay.
I had a quick question. I was a couple minutes late, and I was just wondering, are we planning on meeting in person anytime
Did anybody
Did
get
you
soon, or are
ask
that?
we going to
Planning
stay
to meet in
person?
person?
What?
Are you asking if we're planning on meeting in person?
That's what I got out of it.
Okay.
Continue to be virtual?
I don't know
or what?
when. I don't have a ETA for meeting in person right now. You're limited to 25 people in a room, no more than 3 households, but the way things are changing, it's changing daily. So I would expect some movement
Okay.
on that. I just don't know when at this point.
And I was just curious, because I came a couple minutes late and I didn't want to miss that the next meeting was in person and I didn't know it. So that's why I brought it up. Okay. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. All right, the next meeting is June 17th. I am planning on it being virtual unless something changes between now and then. And then we will adjust. All right, anything else?
I'll see
All right.
all of you on Monday.
Thank you, everyone.
I hope
Bye,
to see you guys
everybody.
Monday, too.
Safe
you.
driving.
Good night.
Everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.